carry MKOI.
I mean, again, it feels like anyone you ask, and thanks to RFT.GG, that engage on Alvaro is just the way to find success. And here in the series, it has been Enchanter after Enchanter. And while he has been, I guess, more successful than some in the Enchanter meta, it's where he flourishes on things like the Nautilus, which we saw only last week, that you get the best of Alvaro.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that the bot lane has kind of been the shining light of KOI so far in this series. Like, Super's been able to successfully be a threat.
Really get that Corki online.
I feel like, again, Lulu's been in a great spot for a long time. Kind of thinking about slicing Mouse. I'm going to pull it out against Mew and stunned up, and Yike just flies in. 3 talent strike knockup, and the wind again. Yike is everywhere, and once again putting on a jungle show.
The timing was perfect there for Yike, because Kana throwing out his ultimate just as Mew used his stun. He only got to 2 stacks.
Super doesn't have a big one anymore. Boostio doesn't have the ulti, but MKOI unable to punish.
And this is double Ignite solo lanes from MKOI, who have both died now, which is a tragic start when you can clearly see that both of them had in mind that they wanted to try to bully in this early game, get a lead for themselves, really utilize this Ignite, because you're giving up a lot when you choose to not go for this teleport, like Vetty said earlier. The side lanes, especially the fact that they have the TF ult on top of the double TP, will be really, really difficult for MKOI to navigate in a normal macro situation.
So in terms of the game state, 8 minutes in, the game is already looking very good for KC.
Yep.
They've successfully found a kill into the annual Spring Championship, but also for that first seed spot at MSI, which is dodges the play-ins.
True.
Which, if I understand the format correctly, you want to dodge.
Yeah. There's one spot. One team in the world goes through play-ins.
Yeah, so it is it's a big deal. It is a very, very big deal winning Spring. So far, KC leads the series 2-0, and KOI looking
strong from that man.
Magically, it was a 2-for-2. What felt like a one-sided fight for KC ends up being an equal trade. Crazy skirmish, huge ultimate from Kana, but MKOI do fight back.
And Kana just slightly didn't have the damage to finish off all the targets. MKOI decided to go all in on Yike, but Yike has time to activate the ultimate of his own before he gets CC chain. And a huge slicing maelstrom, but you see the low HP bars. Kana can't finish Mir when he can't finish Elyoya, and it's not until Ye who flashes in that he gets the double kill.
They're loving it. They're loving it. Niski Kameto are losing their mind.
You saw the moment they realized as well, wait, this isn't a stop.
Yeah.
But you know what I've also noticed is usually when Kennon's on the Rift, there is an exhaust. There's no exhaust for this Cannon, so Kana gets access to the fight, and the fight can be over.
Yeah, actually, I think exhaust for Yasuo is something very common. Okay, Boostio walks forward past the bubble. Now trading against Alvaro, it seems like a very even trade, but it's opening up for Yike.
Well, Casey want to streamline and just get this crab before MKOI's bot lane has to push.
Yeah, ghosting. A little bit scared now. He's got a blue card. He can't stop that Cyclone. Presses Q for a bit of damage, and Yike just runs in. Pressing card and a wild growth. Elyoya sees sky high tidal wave layering down. Yike's going to die to Jojo, though, who's just sitting there now with a last breath. Going through, finally, running through everyone. Boostio flushes. Jojo's there to match. The Yasuo unleashed. And while the focus was on Elyoya, Jojo kept sweeping the blade.
And MKOI find the fight. It looked dire in the beginning as Alvaro and Supa wasn't there. But Elyoya lives long enough to buy them time to actually play it out. I at first thought he was going in a bit too deep with the Polymorph, with the CC, but he lives on 200 HP, sets up Jojo for the ultimate, and then Alvaro is there with the healing and the CC, and Super comes in for the cleanup as well.
The arrival of Alvaro really was the difference maker. No involvement of Kalist meant that with the numbers, KOI find a much needed fight. The early game was looking dire, but KOI now back. The gold gap has shrunk significantly. Blade of the Ruin King finished for Jojo. It is a huge item spike for the Yasuo, and he's very close to level 11 as well. So now the map will start to open up. Role quest completed. We find ourselves with a very even game state, 14 minutes in.
And the first time, I think it's positive KDA has been there. Super going to have to Valkyrie away. Kalist doing a bit of damage now. I wanted to come back and say that for the first time in the series, we're upping Jojo. The first time here today, the Akali game 1 wasn't the best showing. He got bullied. Game 2, the Anivia got bullied again. Now there's 2v2. Speaker bullying onto Boostio. Across the spot. Polymorph. So broken. Super Glider about to die. Arc Glider Ruin flash, no! A little bit to the left. Kalist flashed over the wall, but it meant the Arc Glider Ruin was a touch off.
A trade of flashes, heals used as well, but all summoners gone for the bottom lane of Koi. An individual misplay comes through that Kalist tries to pounce on. Doesn't quite come to fruition. Aurelia now hovering the top side. Looks like it's not going to result in a gank though.
Yeah, misaligned flash from Kalist there, not able to take down Supa. You can see how hard it is for Supa and Alvaro to play these extended fights. Once Busio gets that pull.
We've had the first game where MKOI couldn't win the 5v5s, but this game...
I mean, still, we need to see that it's about the team fights.
I know. Oh. And maybe about Elyoya not getting caught out. He's going to run away into the clone. Kana's just going to take this directional path and cut off any resistance here from MKOI's mid lane while Herald has just spawned. So you're not convinced yet?
I'm not convinced yet because it's really the later game team fights that I feel like Casey has impressed me so much. While Koi has had great skirmishes throughout the series, it's been these slower, more tactical fights where I feel like the rest of Casey has just played so much more coordinated and so much more patient than we've seen from MKOI.
Look at Kana finding the flank. No flash available onto Mew, and he used that in the top lane.
And he's stunned Kana again, but he found out no last breath. But Kana flashes in anyway again, slicing Maelstrom onto 2 means the bot lane of MKOI can't play rather Jojo and Alvaro. But hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Even with Elyoya down and Alvaro down, I thought maybe there's a turn back. No, I was wrong. KC just found all angles of the fight.
And KC split them apart time and time again. You see it happening so often. This is how they out-team fight MKOI. They don't give them that great one-ball combo, that Yasuo ultimate. They just make them and pick them off one at a time. But Jojo wants to go for the play.
He's going to find the solo kill just about. Busio can't save him. Jojo's on a killing spree, and then finally, was that ulti?
Koi gets something back, but we look at the team fight, and you can see Koi being shepherded. The flank comes through, but the ulti, no vision, means that the Yasuo can't connect his ult. The Wukong goes in very deep, but he can't really threaten Kalist. The coordination from Koi, they don't know which side of the fight to focus on, and KC take advantage.
I feel like I gave a lot of props to KC in this fight, but watching it back, it feels like mostly a huge mistake from Elyoya. They seem to know that Kana was flanking around due to the Yasuo tornado and everything. If they just turned on him as a 5-man, they easily could have one-shot Kana and then played the fight after. But you see these moments of going too deep from Elyoya this series that is costing them so much.
I think it's indecisiveness, to be honest with you. He saw an angle to get an engage, setting up for the Yasuo, and if they'd had a ward in that brush behind them, I imagine Jojo...
MKOI, delightful with the ward, clearing out. Kana's timing could not be better. This is the death knell! Slicing Maelstrom flushed away from the Mew, and even as he burns his own, it's not over. I thought Kana was going to seal the deal, but everyone from MKOI gets out, only burning 2 flashes out of potential 3.
Elyoya was eyeing up a re-engage, but they decide against it. A very scary situation for Koi to find themselves in, but they survived the play. The flash is gone from Kana. Jojo gets the bot tower, and MKOI live to fight another day.
I'm surprised. I thought with that Kana flank, it would result in at least 2-3 deaths from MKOI, but Kana doesn't quite have the damage on his own.
If he had Shadow Flame here, it'd be a different story.
I mean, it's a W from Supa, it's a flash from Alvaro, and then a late flash from Mewin that gets him away to safety. But that ulti from Alvaro, I think, was the difference maker. There was no reliable follow-up. They got all CC'd by the tidal wave.
Yeah.
And so Koi was able to buy time.
Oh yeah, face checking. Gold card going to be found out on the real Wukong. AP anticipate mid, remember. So with Lich Bane, Rapid Fire Cannon, and a Rod of Ages, yeah, who does serious damage? Acro Prison going to be avoided. All about this Scuttle Crab for now. Jojo getting into position. Sweeping blade gets a flash out. Last breath. Not there just yet. Looking for a target. Mewin comes in with Tibbers. Gets a stun down onto Kalist. He's caught out. Super gets in range and nails him down from afar. MKOI find one, and Baron now the thought process.
I was going to say, yeah, I completely agree, Starix. Could that be a Baron angle? They've got a Yasuo on the board.
At least.
They have Tibbers as well if they want extra tanking.
Super.
They're going deep.
Valkyrie's in into Yahoo. Good kiting away. Exhausted down is Jojo. Polyball maybe too far. Tidal Wave is saving the play. Crescent Guard from Yike though sends MKOI to the L. They're away. They're gone for now. Yike again for an angle. MKOI almost overstay as Kana looks for plating in the bottom side.
And MKOI, they don't think they can go for the Nash, so they want to try to make a mid play, but it's a little bit indecisive. The rest of the team was not prepared to try to go to Yahoo. So they were not able to take him down, and even though they get a great pick onto Kalist, it doesn't really convert into much. It's only going to be a little bit of gold for them. As we see here, Mirwin finds a really...
The captain of Spain is gone!
And the captain goes down with his ship. It's a huge mistake from Elyoya. He overforces, and KC, they pounce on the opportunity. They're going to get the Drake, and you have to feel they're going to get the Nash as well.
KC holds steadfast. The engage comes through from Elyoya. The knockup just doesn't happen. There's no Yasuo follow-up. The knockback from Yike is good. Polymorph into stun, into damage. KC take Elyoya out of the fight, and then it's simply a chase down.
And did you see Butio had lens up? He could see the Wukong coming in, so his timing could not be better. Expecting a flank, it really made the play. LZ is pissed. He's a bit annoyed. The whole MKOI camp, a little bit stressed right now.
I mean, I understand him. It's a big overforce from Elyoya. When you already have gotten that mid push in, you can just rotate to the dragon and wait for them to face check you.
Exactly. You make it harder for them to do their job, right? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of been the story of the series for MKOI. Overforcing, silly mistakes, and KC have continued to demonstrate their strong team fighting capabilities. Exactly. Now, with the gold lead that they have, they are looking for a pick.
Jojo's found out this is an easy stun. Slicing Maelstrom comes in, even though it's only a one-man. Jojo last breath, gonna try and take cover over, but he goes golden. Wongo saves his life, tidal wave, almost he flashes into it. They're trying to kill him. Wukong clone this time, sets up nicely, but Yike just re-initiates. He's got the Crimson Guard up, and he's taking no damage. A double kill over. KC once again, no MKOI, a force with their backs against the wall.
KC keep their top laner alive, take out the mid laner, take out the jungler, and now the Baron is served on a silver platter. It's only Super and Mirwin left to stop the Baron going down.
Mirwin has flash, he has the ulti. He needs to make a miracle happen for MKOI here.
Gold card though. Yahoo saved out with the bell. There's no stun for Mirwin. He's just used it. Yahoo with the chase up. The gold card incoming. Kana will chase him while Baron will go down. And MKOI's chances in this series, much like the Baron, are dying fast.
Things are falling apart. KC look to collapse onto Jojo. Jojo tries his best to outplay the situation, and he comes so close to getting that kill. But Busio, with the ult, keeps Kana alive. Great play from Jojo, does everything that he can, but then this is where KOI feel like, hey, we need to get something back. We've got to overforce. A good flash from Kana, the rocket belt, and now they're too deep. The gold card once again seals Elyoya's demise, and KC secure the Baron, secure the fight, and they're looking to make this a 3-0 clean sweep.
No one had this on the bingo card. It's the first time ever a BO5 between these two would end in 3.
I think you see the desperation from Elyoya there in that play. He's not willing to accept that Jojo just dies.
Good damage, Wild Growth is being drawn out. Super, once again, in another game, is still a threat, despite being 3,000 gold down in this specific one.
They need to find a huge play at this point. 9,000 gold lead for KC. I think a straight 5v5 is no longer feasible. It needs to be some sort of pick or one shot, which should be doable with the Annie. She has the flash, has the proto belt. I think that's really what they need to look for here if they're to come back in this game.
Yeah, coordination, planning. These are all things that we've said about KOI and is what made them so successful in the past. And it feels like the series that we just haven't seen it. If they can find that combo, that fight, then there's a world where they can...
It really has to be ours. Yeah, who does have IE?
Yeah, I think at this point, when you are 10,000 gold down nearly, time is always on your side, because the longer the game goes, just the less that gold lead actually matters. But KC, they don't want to give them time. They're looking
low already. This Yasuo in trouble. Tidal Wave has to be used. Looking at Kana again, he's been pinged out, but he's angled perfect to end the series, to go to their first MSI. It's KC. Kana's going to come in. He only slicing Maelstrom's one, though. He's going to go golden, but he's done the job against Mirwin. Yike will finish it off as Kana gets blocked by a bear, but Mirwin is not escaping the play. Meanwhile, Jojo flashes, but Kalist will take that 1v1. MKOI routed, thwarted once again. There's no play here that would look good, no matter how split up KC were. The Super tries to fire back. Yike awaits. MKOI are used to feeling this out in 5, but KC are going to take it
MKOI is reduced to a show match as KC make fun of Koi in this series. 17-8 the kill score, a 10k gold lead. 4 members fall. Kill after kill, fight after fight, KC simply dominate their opposition.
MKOI will get one more opportunity in this series. One more fight.
One more.
And they need to make it count. It's nearly 12,000 gold. We'll watch this fight back, and it's always KC in the driver's seat. Jojo pushed up a little bit too far, and Yehu decides he wants to keep this fight going no matter what. Flashes over the wall, dodges the Nami bubble, and they continue to chase them down while Elyoya does a great flash engage. They're not able to follow up on it, and Kalist flashes nicely as well, and then the fight just turns into a bit of a mess.
MKOI have just struggled to get the combo that they are looking for. The knockup combo just doesn't happen. And
Destiny on the bear as well, slicing Maelstrom, an easy kill. Minwin dead again. The Annie top yet again reduced to rubble, just like it was last time.
Another pick secured. KC know that the Baron is spawning in 25 seconds, but they might not even need it. Will they push off the waves? They've got the wave in bot, they've got the wave in mid. Perhaps Super's wave clear is enough as the jungle is ravaged and the camps are taken away from MKOI.
They're delaying the inevitable though. It's going to be Nash going over to KC. I don't think MKOI has any way to contest it. They need to try, if they were to try, they need to stall for Mirwin. Has to TP when he spawns. But KC still have full control here, and with Yehu with the stun card, it's so difficult to try to face check for MKOI. I think they're going to have to give the Nash and try to hope for a miracle play when Koi is
for tomorrow. With this roster as well. Yehu, the addition. Busio, I'm not going to say upgrade, but obviously best support in the West, people have said. Alongside Kalist as the siege begins. Here we go, Super! Hit once, run! He's going to go back to base. Turret's now open with the cannon minion firing away. Midwave also in a bit of trouble. Baron is doing the work, and KC haven't burned a sweat.
KC are taking their time, they're using their range, they're chipping away as Koi just don't have the wave clear, waiting for the minions to do their job. And Kalist with the damage that he has. If you step too close, it will melt your HP bar. Yehu gonna use the ghost. Threatening the gold card.
MKOI under this turret. If it falls down, there's nothing to save them. Can't now threaten a Nexus turret. Jojo has to go and help. Double cannon minion, he'll sweeping blade towards it to stop it. MKOI have to kind of send it, but KC are not a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if KC don't end the game, Koi can still win the game.
Oh. Wow.
And right now, I personally think they're just playing a little too scared. Now I think that their fear is appropriate. When I look at that Corky's items, I would not underestimate him.
Okay.
It only takes a single, I mean, do you remember that Kalist W into one too many people?
Oh yes, I do.
It only takes one dash from a Yunara, you know, to...
He did Valkyrie W into Annie, and there is an Annie on MKOI's side.
So, you know, it's always possible to throw games.
So done from MKOI. Destiny was used, and they all huddled up together, giving no angle here for Kana. Yehu, excuse me. Elyoya thinking about going in with a clone. Jojo as well, sweeping blade in. He's jumping in. He's got no choice. He's got Diego. Gets a flash out of Kalist. Card away though. Jojo's going to ulti back in with the wild growth though. Kalist is unmatched, unstoppable. He just won't die. Look at the damage. They're trying to send it for the French AD carry. They've got a grudge, but they just can't kill him. Everyone falls from MKOI as the bragging rights for Kometo reach peak.
And Kalist will not repeat the same mistakes he did against Navi. He kites it back, he respects the engage, and he shuts down MKOI.
It's revenge for last spring, but without breaking a sweat in a 3-0 with the first MSI locked in for KC. Doing it versus Spain makes it all the more richer as KC paints the league blue, locking in spring finals versus G2.
A strong 3-0 performance against Koi. KC came and delivered today. They will get their LEC